Inductee Adam Vinatieri could not be with us tonight because he had a long scheduled engagement out of the country. He wishes he could be here. He did send his message with us, so we will watch that in a minute. But first, his parents, Paul and Judy Vinatieri, are here with us to share a little bit as well. Please welcome them to the stage.
Vinatieri played a total of 24 seasons in the National Football League and holds many NFL kicking records, which include the most points scored, the most made field goals, and the most postseason points. He has played in 5 Super Bowl games, and his teams have won 4 of them. At 2 of those Super Bowl games, his team won on a last-second field goal. His playoff kick in the snow against Oakland is considered by many to be the greatest field goal ever. Vinatieri has always been active in attending football camps for kids held in both Rapid City and Sioux Falls. He has even signed autographed photos sent to young high school kickers.
This is my girlfriend for 54 years. She's my eye candy up here. I'm not such good looking, but she is. So I look out among all the inductees, past and present. We have doctors, educators, business people, and everything. And then I look at my son, who is a kicker. What the heck is he supposed to be with all these dignitaries out here? And what he told his 13-year-old son is, when you get a job, do it to the best of your ability. And I think he has. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Adam Vinatieri here. Unfortunately, I can't be there tonight, but I wanted to thank you for this amazing honor. I am humbled to be in a group of such amazing South Dakotans. As I looked at the 700 previous inductees, I realized that South Dakota is quite the diverse place. On this list, there are philanthropists, doctors, teachers and professors, politicians, athletes, and television celebrities. What do they have in common was the ability to make South Dakota and the world a better place. As a professional football player, our job is to entertain, and although I find that very important and fulfilling, there are so many people on this list that have changed lives. The common thread in the majority of these inductees is service to others. From teachers teaching handicapped kids, to finding new and better ways of harvesting energy, to developing new medical technologies that's less invasive and more cost efficient. I'm truly so humbled to be added to this list. I, like probably all the others on this list, couldn't have done it without the help of a great support system. First off, my family was a huge part of my success. From my parents, Paul and Judy, who are here tonight, also supported me every step of the way. From my dad coaching me in pretty much every sport that I ever played in, to my mom, who never missed a game and was the team mom for most teams, making sure that everyone had a drink and a snack after the game. Although us kids act like we don't love hearing our moms screaming and cheering at the top of their lungs, we always appreciated hearing your voice. Mom, thank you so much. I have to give my siblings some love too. I was the second of 4 children in a very competitive household and competing against my older brother every step of the way. This definitely made me work harder, and we had a busy household. Time flew by, but what amazing memories we created. I couldn't have achieved half of my success without my amazing wife and kids. My wife Valerie was my biggest supporter and made life a little easier by allowing me to focus on football as she took care of the day-to-day stuff. And what an amazing mom she has been to our 3 children. And children, well, they make you understand what's important in life. They made me understand life is bigger than just football, and they needed me no matter what happened in last week's game. The joys of a hug from your kids after a tough game is truly priceless. Secondly, I've had some amazing coaches and teachers growing up. My coaches taught me how to be a good teammate. They instilled in me the importance of to try to win, but also equally as important to be a gracious loser. Some of the most important lessons that I've learned throughout my life came after heartbreaking losses. They taught me the harder you work and the more time you put into preparation, the more success you will have. You represent the insignia on your helmet and the name on your back. And don't ever forget it. You're always representing both of those. I've had so many great teachers throughout my schooling, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my all-time favorite, Marcy Frand. Why single her out? Well, it's not very often that a 9-year-old meets the crossroads in his life. So early in my life, I had a learning disability. I couldn't read, couldn't spell very well. In 4th and 5th and 6th grade, when it came to reading or spelling, the teacher would dismiss me out of the room and let me grab my stuff and go down the hall to the remedial room. And as I left, I always felt like everybody was looking at me differently, like I was dumb or I couldn't learn or something was different about Adam. And although it bothered me, Marcy taught me that, hey, listen, you can achieve anything in life. You can get better grades. You can do anything that you want to. It might take you a little bit longer. It might be a little more difficult. You might have to spend a little more time doing it. But don't ever let this stop you from being who you want to be. And I think that is probably one of the greatest things and reasons why I became successful and I made it to the National Football League, because I was competitive, but I also wanted and needed somebody like her to let me know that it was important and you can do anything. So Marcy, thank you so very much for teaching me these lessons when I was a young child. Didn't even realize how important it was until later on in life. Thank you so much. I've been surrounded by some of the most competitive men in the world, Hall of Fame coaches and players. You develop a great work ethic when Bill Parcells is your rookie coach. He put a tremendous amount of pressure on me every single day, and even the fate of our team's conditioning after practice on me making an end-of-practice field goal. Meaning, hey Adam, go out for this 52-yard field goal. If he makes it, no conditioning today. If he misses it, double conditioning for everyone. Well, it put pressure on me, but it also made my teammates look at me like, man, you better make this kick. So I think that was a great learning experience for me to be able to focus and make that kick. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if you made that kick, which thankfully I did, helped me build a little bit of camaraderie with my teammates. But tell me that doesn't make you focus. I learned a lot from Coach Bill Belichick, that one who spends the most time in preparation almost always wins in the end. And Coach Tony Dungy taught me that there are many ways to skin a cat. He wasn't a militant type leader like the other two Bills were, but you can still be successful and demand respect being a nice and caring man. Players, well, you know a lot of my teammates, the Tom Bradys and the Peyton Mannings of the world. And yes, they are truly the best. They are the best because they not only had God-given talent, but they also had work ethic that most people couldn't fathom. From taking care of their bodies to studying hours and hours every day and demanding everyone else does the same, making sure that the weakest link on our team is unbreakable. If you follow their leadership, you are going to become a great football player and an even better teammate. But in saying that, I've had so many other teammates that you've probably never ever heard of. Guys like Marty Moore, Colt Anderson, and Matthias Farley. These guys had a similar road to the NFL like I did. They were not first-round draft choices, probably weren't even expected to make it into the league. But these guys had such amazing work ethics and busted their butt every day, and that paid off for them. They're the type of men that if they ever took their foot off the gas or took a break and didn't want to do something that day, they would have never made it in the league. So what did I learn from them? I realized that with hard work and determination and never giving up, you can achieve anything. Anything is possible. Throughout my journey in my career, I've learned a good many things. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your economic status, your race, your gender. It only matters your drive, your determination, your grit, and what you're willing to do to achieve your goals. I hope throughout the success that I have had throughout my career that I have proven that anything is possible for those of you that are willing to make it possible. After all, a small town kid from South Dakota is the all-time leader in scoring in the National Football League. It's absolutely crazy to me, but I'm so very, very blessed for that. Thank you so much to the South Dakota Hall of Fame for this amazing offer. Have a great night.
Another amazing message tonight. So many wonderful stories tonight. Thank you all for being here to be a part of this.